Dear ladies and gentlemen, with this contribution, we would like to present the outcomes of this challenge, aiming to support the Agrihub establishment and provision of agro-environmental related services. We will guide you together with Mrs. Marcela Binzarova-Gergelova. Before the Agrihub Czechoslovakia project has started, there was no any GeoICT platform available in Slovakia. And now when the project is about to be accomplished with its mission, this challenge would like to demonstrate how project helped to improve the situation and what might be the opportunities to sustain the platform and enlarge the community. With that, this challenge wants to provide the answers for these following core questions. Why did such platform and community is important? How this platform might stimulate the community building process, and actually what shall be the main outcomes and products. It's very important that it's necessary to identify for whom such platform shall serve and what shall be the main stakeholders communities. And these, which you can see on this slide, were identified as those most relevant. Of course, this list is initial list and might be the subject of the future updates. It's also important to properly identify requirements of those stakeholders to make sure that this real demand for services and project is properly addressed. And with that, we have identified two types of requirements. First group goes towards the technology requirements, where we understood that it's important to make sure that users will be able to search, access geodata and map compositions. They would like to upload and download geodata, make sure that they are able to create composition of those geodata via map compositions and to be able to share these results or maps to the world outside. And the second type of requirements goes towards the community, where the users of the platform shall be able to register, actually search and use the information made available, but also provide and contribute with their information and the knowledge they have available via publishing of the articles and news. Data represents the important base for any GeoICT platform and community behind. And we have tried to identify the most relevant data resources from the global to local scale. And with that, Copernicus definitely represents one of the core pillars for serving data of high importance for agri-food sector. And with that, also for the Slovakia area, there was established Slovak Copernicus webpage, where users can already access and towards the future will be able to access selected data for the country region. Second important data source comes from the Inspire, where really interesting data resources starts to be made available, which are already harmonized and with that contributing to cross-border interoperability. Last but not least are also any other, we used to call them as-is data, which we were also able to identify, and they shall be able to improve the quality and availability of such resources, making this list kept regularly updated. And it's very important also to be aware that if we want to make sure that these data are actually properly transferred from producers to the users, technology provides important functionality and infrastructure essential environment. And this challenge has explored how how the Hub for Everybody platform can be used. What we found out using this platform is that this platform has proved to provide very useful and easy connection from desktop to WebKit geodata transfer and share with strong support from developers. But what is also important to mention that considering the maturation of the technology, it's important to support further development with testing and strengthen the underlying infrastructure. And now I would move the word to Marcelka, and she will guide you through the rest of the contribution of our challenge.
Thank you, Martin. I will share my screen. Thank you again. Next part of my presentation will link to use cases because several of them were addressed in this challenge. The aim of challenge team was to prepare datasets to meet the requirements of farms. The Ziffer farm was chosen for this purpose. The use case feeder through processing levels. The first was data collected for Ziffer farm, and second, processed the data that were created for Ziffer farm within this challenge. The dataset produced for Ziffer farm are stored in a single location and are available via a desktop browser and web platform. The second level was linked with data processing for the target farm using the browser platform. The use case transferred the approach to the academical environment. The use case also had two processing levels. The first of these concerned education, knowledge base, transfer, and training program itself, in which students work on the data collection of the most important datasets for farmers. The first stage, data were collected for three farms which are listed in this slide. And the second processing stage, we examined the data collection process for data processed for 25 farms. This part of processing also include the creation of reports for selected datasets on selected base map and also present outputs and outcomes of students' work in a desktop browser, QGIS, and web platform, Agrihub platform. This use case examined the topic of agriculture subsidy support in Slovakia. The activity was intended to increase the awareness of end users when applying for subsidies. Many farmers face serious problems with applying for subsidies. The European project in Slovakia is also participating, aimed to improve and streamline the application process for farmers. And the last use case devotes the topic of predict analytics in agriculture. The challenge applied an innovative experiment approach and involved PhD students. We want to mention these students because it solved an important issue, design and application of the prediction model for crop yield estimation of selected agro-commodities for strategic supply chain management using big data and machine learning. Two models, as you can see, were tested, and our challenge contribute on this use case by providing data. The use case is currently in a finalized phase, and when the data from this use case are or is available, it will be shared via the Agrihub platform. Our intention involved two steps: to develop platform and build a community. It is interest of all challenges to work together to ensure the future sustainability for the Agrihub platform. And as we reach the end of our presentation, we would like to thank the all participant in this challenge for their hard work and commitment, and really it was a pleasure to work with all of you. Thank you so much, and see you in the next hackathon.